Hello and welcome to this video. It's a video, and what I thought I would do in this video is talk about my favorite games from 2017. Just for fun. I don't really know why. I don't know why anyone would care what I thought was my favorite. I don't know why I'm doing this. Maybe I won't even post it. Maybe I'm just going to talk to myself for 10 minutes. And that's not weird at all. So what we're going to do is go through my favorite games. They're my favorite, mine. And these lists I don't hate them, but when I see them on videos, I don't hate them, I like them. But most of the time I feel like these sort of lists are like people saying this is what's the best, and if you don't agree there might be something wrong with you. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe that's just how I feel. Because I'm a bit weird, I guess. Maybe you feel like that too. These are my favorites. There's no ranking, except for the last two I'll show you. I'm pretty sure they're my absolute favorites of 2017. But the rest are just a smidge smodge, because I don't know how you can rank something when they're all good. They're different but good. All games are different. All games are good, depending on who you are. So these are just my favorite. Why am I talking? I don't even know why I'm doing this. Let's just see if you like it. If you don't, put in the comments below. And I was thinking actually, last time I did a video I said put things in the comments below and ring a bell and subscribe. But if you're looking at this on the TV, big screen, there's no below. If you're looking at Mega Me, there's no below. On your big widescreen fancy thing on the wall where you can't see the leads. There's no below. There's no comments. So I don't know how you do that. Mega Me. They should have done Austin Powers 4 with Mega Me. So we saw Mini Me. What about Mega Me? And like this clone comes out and it's huge. Well, what'd be funny is if Mega Me was just that much bigger than normal Dr. Evil. But everyone was freaked out by him and scared. He's Mega Me, but it's just Mike Myers with a step. Alright. Microsoft Excel has stopped working. I don't care. Go away. Go away. Alright. No editing. I don't care about it. So first I wrote down some games that I really liked from 2017. Oh, I've got to make a promise. Here's a promise. This could be a one-off list, but if it's not, here's the promise. I'm never going to talk about games I've published, designed, anything like that, and I'm not going to list games that my brother has designed or anyone in my family. Anyone in my family who puts out a board game, they ain't in the lists, because that's a clash of interests, I think. Other people do that sort of stuff. I'm not going to do it. It's a big clash of interests. So if you like my stuff, thank you. If you don't, that's fine. Alright. So I wanted to talk about some games that I really liked, but I've only played them once maybe, or I don't have them, so that's a bit boring video. So I'm just going to talk about it quick. Okay, Gaia Project. Really, really liked it. Played it once. Big, heavy thing that I need to be in the right mood to play, but I really enjoyed it. I think that Terra Mystica will always be my favorite of the two, which was its predecessor, for personal reasons. Personal reasons. I like that one. But I wish they could bring the modular board from Gaia Project back to Terra Mystica. That would be fantastic. But it was really good. Really good. Really, I don't deny it. It's got a lot of improvements on Terra Mystica. Great game if you like that stuff. Also, Altiplano I played once. Love its predecessor, Orleans. This is perhaps more interesting, but it's longer and slower, and I really wish that... Actually, I'm getting a bit negative. I don't want to get negative. It was good. I really liked it. I had one little thing I didn't like, but I really liked it. Nusfjord I've only played once. Really, really liked that. 21, which is a roll and write game from NSV. Really, really liked that one too. It's not going to make my list, but it's a very great game. Also... There was another one. Let's say it's Axio. So Ingenious is one of the greatest games ever designed, and Axio came out last year, which is Ingenious with a small twist, and I really like. I mean, it's just a twist. So if Ingenious is one of the best games of all time, then so is Axio. I can't decide which one is the best. I just can't, personal reasons. So I've just kept them both for the moment. Really great game. Anyway, let's talk about my absolute favourites from last year, and we'll start with this one. I wonder how many Star Wars games are going to be on this list. If you're playing at home, you can count. Alright, Gear. So Gear is by Alexander Pfister. He's a very famous designer. It's just coloured cards. Everyone has, I think, 7 cards in their hand, which is a secret even to... No, they can look. They've got 7 cards in their hand, including 1 robber. And what this game is it's Circus Flaccardi in your hand. So what happens on your turn is you pick someone around the table and you start drawing cards out of their hand. And as soon as you draw 2 like cards, you bust and it all goes back in their hand. But if you stop before that happens, you get to take everything that you stole. If you steal this guy as well from their hand, then you get to take 1 from what's in front of that player because what they've stolen before. That's the whole game. You win when someone gets 6 of a type. That's it. Oh, and some of the cards have special powers that come into effect when you steal them. Very simple. But so why is it good? I reckon most people on the planet will hate this game. Most will say there's no game here, there's no rules, it's just weird. It's like the game in that way. It's just not much to it. But I do not do anything but crack up when I play this game. There's so many mind games, table talk, people saying, yeah, you should steal from mine, but it's a trap, or don't steal from me and it's a trap, or steal from mine and it's not a trap. People start picking on people because if you draw out heaps of cards and then go bust, well, everyone's seen what's in that hand. So they might start going for that person once they know what they want if it's in there. There's also a nice timing feature of when you should refill your hand to hide what you've got. You mix it up a bit. Don't want to talk about all these games for that long. Sorry, that was a bit long. Great game. Played it with 3 players, 4, 5, maybe 6. No, it only goes to 5. Really good. Let's keep little. The Game Face to Face. I think The Game is one of the best games of all time. Yes, I do. And this one is a 2-player only version that came out last year. The difference is it's no longer co-op, trying to put all the cards out in order. This time you're versing each other. But the really nice twist is that sometimes you need to play on your opponent's piles to help your piles. But if you do that, you're helping them. So there's a real balancing act. I don't know what to say about these things. Okay, let's get a bit heavier. So those were great games. Let's get a bit... This is Rajas of the Ganges. This is by Inca and Marcus Brand. They're very famous designees. This is about as heavy as I normally like to get in a Euro game. So the board, as you can see, is all like worker placement spots and a river you like to go down. It's called the Ganges River. It's in India. But also the players are trying to build their own little regions on their own player boards, sort of Carcassonne style, and when you connect roads to things you get stuff. But the really interesting thing about this is the way you win. Oh, there's 2 interesting things. The dice. The dice are sort of like your workers in this. Not really, but sort of. They're more your resources. But what dice you have allows you to do different spots on the board and stuff, and the dice are beautiful. But there's 2 tracks that go around the board like that. And one is your fame and one is your money. And when they cross, wherever they cross, that's when the game ends. Whoever's done that, if they're the only person, they win. If other people have done it too, then it's whoever's got the biggest difference between their 2 is the winner. It's really... Love that game. Beautiful, works well together with stuff. Downforce. Love the cover. Now, Downforce is a racing game. It's been out before in many different iterations. This is a game that reminds me most of Camel Up in that it's a betting game. You do own cars in this one, unlike the camels in Camel Up, but your car might not win and you might still win depending on how good your bets were on the other cars. And depending on your bets, you might start helping other cars to do well. Got a bit of a... What's that game? the Knizia horse racing game to it. Got a bit of camel up to it, but it's just very pretty, very nice, very quick, very fun. I really like Downforce. Gee, I'm getting better at this. I'm going quicker. That's nice. Okay, ooh, big guns. Century Spice Road. I loved this from the moment I played it. This is a new, I'd say, gateway game for people to get into the hobby. It's got a bit of Small World to it, got a bit of Concordia to it, but it's very simple, very light. People are trying to collect cards. Those cards give them actions to do, which are all about trading spices and uploading spices to the Spice Road computer. Very simple, but I love it. The art's beautiful, the components are nice. Great package. The sequel's coming out this year. People always say this or Azul. They don't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. But Azul is also by this company. I like this one way better. I just liked it a lot. Nice coins, nice everything. Here's similar. In fact, these could be the same box size. Let's see. Never check this. Dun-dum, 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 dun-dum. Oh my gosh. They are. So you can put them next to each other on their shelf. This is Majesty for the Realm, a card game in which you're trying to collect 12 cards. So you got 12 turns, collect 12 cards. When you collect a card, bonuses go off, things happen. There's two ways to play, a simple way which is so fast and so easy to learn, and a trickier way which is very thinky. I like this game a lot. Very simple, you just draw cards from a display, add them to your display, and when you do that, stuff happens. I said that. I'm trying to go quick here. This is just a list. If you don't like these games, okay. If you do, okay. If you want to buy them, go buy them. Let's change a bit. Let's have a kids game. Mole Rats from Space is one of the best kids games I've ever played. It's a cooperative game, which is good for kids. They learn how to cooperate, and they don't have to cry when they lose, although they still do. So in this game, everyone has a mole rat who's in space. You with me? And this space station is it's like Snakes and Ladders for gamers. Kids gamers. It's Snakes and Ladders. Now in America they call that Chutes and Ladders, I think, but this has got everything. It's got snakes, chutes, and ladders. And what you're trying to do, you play cards that tell you what you're going to do. It's just how you choose which one to move and where is the key. And when all 4 mole rats have gone to collect 4 bits of their machine and then get into the middle, they blast off, they win. But if they get bitten by snakes, they can also get sucked out of the space station. You try and put the snakes out there though. Don't worry, they like it out there. It's also got a little bit of legacy to it, because if the game gets too easy for you, there's a little packet to open, which we haven't done. But this is a very simple, very easy, very fun children's game that's one of the best I've played, I think. Speaking of play, do you know I've played 66 games that were released in 2017? These are the best, I think. Iquazul. This is from Harbour, part of their new Harbour for Grown-Ups range. This, I don't know if it'll be Spiel des Jahres nominated, but it's that feel. It's beautiful. You've got a waterfall that actually moves along the board. You have to move it. It's not robotic. And inside or behind the waterfall, you place gems, and there's this column yet row majority scoring thing that goes on, and bonuses, and it's just very clever, very simple, very good. You should check it out if you like that stuff. The best Harbour game for grown-ups since Karuba. How about that? All right. Montana. This is a Euro game that's right up my alley because it's so quick, so straightforward. I love Euros, but this one gets me a real bite in a short amount of time. It's a race to put out a certain number of settlements on a board, which is modular. There's a bit of worker placement, a bit of auctioning. There's a spinner that tells you what workers you're going to get on your turn. It's very simple, very beautiful. I don't know. It's just a great package. If you'd like a game that plays in about half an hour but makes you think all the way through, this is a great one. Good for 2, 3, or 4 players as well. Okay, one more, then I'll show you my top 2. Oh, this is so good too. Mini rails. This is almost genius, this one. So simple. On your turn, you've got one of two actions. If you don't take one action, the next turn you have to take the other one. Then the next round you reset, and you've got those two actions again to choose from. And all you're doing is taking a disc from a board that will also, which disc you take determines either if you're going to build that train's colors rail, or keep it as a share in that company. It also, the disc you take tells you what your turn order will be for the next round. And there's so much give and take in that. I just explained the game, really, and there is so much interaction, so much tenseness. There's a lot of that. It's, you know, I'm not giving these games justice. If you would like to find out about it, look it up online, watch a video. So simple, so clever. I can't say enough for this game. The amount of stuff that the pack of the punch that this wallops for the amount of the size of the stuff. Really good. Okay. My last two games I've played at least 20 times each this year. I'll start with this one. Number 9, number 9, number 9. This is a bit like Gear in that there's not much game here, someone might say. All you do is draw some cards from a deck. That card tells you what number you're going to take out of the box. They're tiles shaped somewhat like those numbers. Then you're going to place it in your display, and at the end you score based on how high that number is in your construction. There's a few simple rules to guide your construction. It looks stunning on the table, just the box I love. This is a game you can whip out in 5-10 minutes. Well, actually, you can whip it out in a second, but then play it in 5-10 minutes. You can play it solo, great challenge. It's a puzzle, perhaps, more than a game, but it's lots of fun. And the more you play it, the better you get, sure, because you can plan for the pieces that are coming. You know what might be coming, but depending on the order of those cards flopping out, you may not take that plan. You may have to change your plan at a moment's notice to build the best number 9 thing. Very great. One of the best games in a long time. But how can you go past this for number 1? This game has killed a lot of other games for me. Literally. So when it comes out of jail, I'll play it again. This game is small. This game plays in 10 minutes when you know what you're doing, easy. No matter how many people are playing. It's almost a simultaneous game. Everyone's doing the same thing at the same time, almost. It's rapid, it's fast. There's multiple different strategies you can do. All sorts of fun things happen. It's a race. It's a race that can be over much quicker than you expect it. But the great thing about that is you can just play it again. I've almost played this 30 times in a year, which is rare for me. This is definitely one that I recommend. It's killed Race for the Galaxy, and it's killed Roll for the Galaxy. Well, it's killed it all. Hasn't killed San Juan, but it's awesome. Jump Drive by Tom Lehman and Rio Grande Games. Congratulations. You get my stamp. So these are my games of the year for 2017. Was this just filler? Was this just fun? Was this just or was it really good? I don't know. Let's say that I did this as a way for you to get to know me. Get to know what I like. Get to know what I'm looking for in a game. Most of the time I prefer to play an old game that I already know over a new game. But when I do play a new game, I have, I have fun. So, tell me in the comments what I missed. You know what? If I missed it in this list, it's possible I didn't like it. But I can tell you why. Just my opinion. Maybe you love it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget Jump Drive. Don't forget Gear. It's Gear and it's fab and all that. It's Gear and it's fab. The game Face to Face, Montana. What's your favorite? Love it all. Thank you so much. I'm wasting time. Next week, something else maybe. We'll see how we go. Welcome to the top games of 2017's ending.